so we're going to begin our warm-up standing, bringing your feet together about hip distance apart. Keep a little softness in your knees. Inhale, take a big breath in, reaching your arms out to the side of the room and up to the ceiling. And as they come back down, we're going to come into a forward fold. So soften those knees, allow your head to hang. Nod your head yes. Shake it no. Releasing your ribcage close to the front of your legs. From here, we'll start to walk our feet out a little wider than the hips. So you're in a wide-legged forward fold. Pressing down to those outer heels, that pinky toe side of your foot, and spiraling those inner thighs back behind you. Holding here for a couple of breaths. If you feel balanced, you can take your hands off the ground. Release your fingers and extend them overhead. When ready, hands come back down to the ground. Walk them over to either side, making your way into runner's lunge. So bending that front knee, stacking it right over your foot. Pressing out through that back heel, so you feel a lift in the back of the legs from stretching the hamstring, as well as in the front of the hip. You want to add in a twist. You're going to twist toward your front leg, so that's the hand that lifts up, that stretching. You're going to rotate your rib cage and chest, looking for the ceiling, up for your fingertips. That feels okay on your neck. From here, hand circles back down to the ground. Drop your back knee. Send your hips back, stretching the hamstring, that front leg, the back of the leg. Heels reaching forward, you gotta get flex of the foot, toes pointed up to the ceiling, folding over that leg. Going back into your lunge, you're gonna turn your face forward, opening up in a nice deep side lunge. Letting stretch to the inner thigh, opening up those hips. And then walking it to the other side, so other leg bends, other leg straightens, holding here for another breath or two. Turning toward your bent knees and back into a lunge with the other foot in front, facing the other direction. Knee stacked over that front foot, in front of the heel, behind the toes. Pressing out through your back heel, you can drop that back knee to the floor a little early if needed. You want to add in that twist, twisting toward your front leg, that's the hand that lifts. And circles back down. Back knee to the floor, start to send your tailbone back toward your heel. Front leg reaching forward, pressing to the heel, toes flex to the ceiling, pointed up to the ceiling. Forward fold over that leg. And then from here, we'll come back into our lunge. Turn your face forward, straight legs, walking your feet underneath you with a little soft bend in the knees as needed, back to your forward fold. You can pedal the legs up, swing side to side, finishing up our stretch. And when ready, slowly roll up, inhale, stacking the spine. And the shoulders a little roll forward, backwards. And then we'll get started with our standing exercises. We're gonna turn to face the side so that our feet are staggered, one in front of the other. And you have some space between them, they're about hip distance apart. Lifting your back heel, setting up for a lunge. Tailbone reaching down to the floor between your legs, hips squared to the side of the room. And we'll start with our hands either on your hips or at your side. Feel free to add in some arms if you like for balance, to add a little upper body. Both knees are gonna bend. So inhale, we're gonna take our front knee forward in line with our toes, back knee bends toward the ground, right underneath your hip and shoulder, and then exhale, legs straighten. Couple like this, moving with your breath, inhale down, exhale back up. Both knees bend and straighten. Couple more, and then we'll count down for some pulses. Back heel stays lifted, but as you come up, push through it, feeling the back of the leg turn on. We'll pull those front ribs together, help keep those hips level. Final 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. On this last one, we're gonna hold, so both knees bend and pulse. Still pressing down into that front heel, back knee toward the ground, get a little lower, lower for 4, 3, 2, 1, back down and up, just 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and on your last one, as you come up, we're gonna bring our back heel down toward the ground. So straightening the leg, toes are gonna turn out slightly. And then to flatten that back, pull those ribs in line with your hips, hug them in toward each other. And that front knee is gonna bend in that lunge position right over the top of the foot. Inhale as you exhale, we're gonna straighten that front leg, press through the heel, keeping your body in line with the back foot so that you're not arching backwards, pulling those core muscles. Inhale, knee bends, exhale, straighten. Sending knee out in line with that middle toe, pressing through the heel, lifting up through the back of the thigh. That lunge forward, keeping that long spine, and also helping to load that front leg with your body weight for resistance. Yeah, looking good. 16, 15, 14, we'll finish holding that lunge. In 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, press it straight. 7, 6, 5, good, last 4, 3, 2, last one, we're gonna hold our lunge. Lift your back heel so that your back leg is pretty straight, heel lifted, front leg to the lunge. When you come to standing, that leg in back is gonna come forward with a quick balance. I like to add some arms here. Drawing that knee up, standing up nice and tall. As you step your right foot back, we're gonna lunge, inhale, come down, and then exhale, balance, lift up. Step back into your lunge, press to the heel, rise on up. Inhale, down. Exhale, lift, we're halfway there. 4, 3, last 2. Final one, step it back, lift up, balance, step all the way back. Now our back knee's gonna bend with our front leg as we lunge like we started. Final part on this side. 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one. Straighten those legs, turn to face forward. Toes are slightly angled out. We're taking a little bend in the knees, coming into a plie squat, so knees reaching out over toes. Pelvis is level, front and back. Taking your hands right behind your ears, the back of your head, a little push of your head into your hands. So you have a little bit of that double chin. Inhale as you exhale, we're gonna do a side crunch, ribs to hips. One elbow goes down, one elbow goes up. Inhale, reach stack, ribs high over hips. And then exhale, pull down, press up with the other side. So legs holding kind of a half plie squat, working in your waist to side bend. One side presses up, the other side pulls down. Inhale, back to center. Watch that your tailbone still reaching down to the ground, not sticking out behind you. A few more here. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come back center, straighten those legs, and then we'll turn to do the other side. So staggering those feet, back heel is lifted, level those hips out, side to side, front to back, and then both knees bend, inhale, exhale, straighten. Sending your front knee forward, back knee to the ground, pressing the heels to lift up. And now work through the back of the legs. And arms can move with you, they can stay on your hips or side. Gaze face forward for as much as you can, keeping your head centered right on top of the middle of the spine. Couple more, we'll count down and then our pulses. You got 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last swing, come down and hold and pulse for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Down and up, just 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. Come up, back heel goes to the ground, toes are angled out. Front knee lunges forward. Level those hips out. Tailbone down, crown head reaching that long diagonal, squeeze those front ribs together, and that front leg straight and press to the heel. And then inhale, send that knee forward, back over the toes. So just the front leg is moving. Working your core to balance the hips and bracing through the abdominal wall. Knee reaches forward, press through the heel. 15, 14, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, looking good. Last 3, 2, last 1. And then your back heel lifts. You're in a lunge with that long flat back. A lot of weight in that front leg, that's where you're going. Inhale as you exhale, we're gonna lift up balance, press to the heel, knee forward, crown it up to the ceiling. Step your foot back and lunge. Hands can sweep up, hugging those shoulders in. Tapping your foot down when needed. Inhale and exhale. Last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Stepping your foot back, down and up for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. And last one, stand it up, turn to face forward. Toes are angled out. Slide tailbone down, chest stays lifted. Halfway squat. Hands behind your head, behind your ears. Head pressing slightly into your hands. Once again, working in the waist to go side to side. Pulling one elbow down, one elbow up, squeeze into the waist. And pushing from one side to pull down into the other. Imagining the sides of the body working to move head, neck, chest, and shoulders. Knees stay open wide, so that means they want to fold forward. Press up to that inner thigh. Pressing to all parts of the feet, especially those heels. 8, 7, inhale up, exhale, squeeze it down. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it back to center. Straighten those legs. You can walk your feet in. And then from here, we're going to come all the way to laying down. So coming down, something comfortable to lay down on. We'll be laying down on our back for this next exercise. peeling down, so each lower vertebrae of the spine comes down, tailbone, hands at your side or in front of you. Lower back, mid back, upper back, neck, and head. Arms come down next to you, pressing onto the palms, back of the arms. Keeping those shoulder blades spread wide, soft double chin. We're gonna start bringing one knee right over the hip, keeping your tailbone down, pelvis level. And then we're gonna switch, extending the leg out, hovering just over the ground as that other knee comes in. So kind of like a bicycle when we do that exercise. Little space between the legs, long flat back on the floor. Pointing the toe, feel the quad turn on, stopping knee over hip. Eight, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Next time that right knee comes in, we're gonna reach for the back of the leg, drawing knees and nose together, scooping stomach in, roll those shoulders back and down. Now keeping that grip in your core, we're gonna switch, so other leg goes out, hold the back of the leg, maybe pulling up just a little bit higher, rounding up that upper back, drawing nose to knee. Your knee doesn't come in too close, you wanna stop it over the hip versus bringing it all the way in, so there's still space in the front of the hip, and you have something to pull up against. So trying to keep your tailbone lower back in place, just roll up that upper half of your spine. Looking good. Feel free to move faster or slower than I'm going. Pace, speed, less important than that control. Form, gripping in your stomach to hold, to lift higher. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now from here, same thing, we're gonna do both legs together. So we're gonna draw our knees in. You can reach for your legs, your feet, calf, ankles, that you're curling into a ball. As your legs go out, we're gonna roll down, shoulder blades, neck, and head. Send those arms back behind you. Belly scoops in, reach for your legs, rounding the spine, curling into a ball, and then stretching out nice and long. Now if you'd like, you can do this one leg at a time. Sending out one leg, sometimes a little bit easier. Keep that lower back supported close to the ground versus both at once. So feel free to alternate legs or both together. Curling into a ball, reaching out through the fingers and toes, rounding the back, belly pulls in, wide back rib cage, stretch out long spine, long abdominal wall. Last 6. 5, 4, 3, 2, curl in, inhale, lengthen out. Last one, we're gonna stay lifted here. Once again, holding on to the lower leg or the back of the leg, one leg at a time, extending out, lifting up as you pull from the hamstring, roll those shoulders back and down. Drawing your nose a little closer to your knee each time. Final 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Roll all the way back. Give those knees a little hug in toward your chest. Sometimes it feels good to take your feet to the mat and draw those knees side to side. And then from here, we're gonna come onto our side. So just roll onto either side to face forward. So we're gonna start this next exercise in a half side plank. If you like to come all the way to a full side plank, want to add challenge, go for it. Definitely working in our bottom side of our waist obliques to hold in our side plank, that bottom elbow forearm too. And then if you would like to use a hand weight with your top arm, we'll add in some upper body that way. So when we're holding in our side plank, forearm, elbow comes down. Stacking your shoulder over your elbow, you'll feel a squeeze of those shoulder blades together to help keep that open chest, those wide collarbones. Making sure your knees are in line with your elbow so that your hips, knees, shoulders line up. And again, if you want to extend one or both legs out, go for it. Just making sure that you're not sagging or crunching, balance suspended right between. So, hand weight is in our top hand. We're going to start with the arm reaching up to the ceiling. So hand, shoulders lined up. We'll pull those front ribs together, and that hand is going to sweep down to our hip. And you're going to reach it forward. So coming out toward the screen, and then back to your hip. The arm goes up. Hug it down, squeezing the underarm, sweep it forward, and back to your hip. Couple more here. Take it up. Hand to your hip, take it forward, and back. 3 more rounds. Take it up. Bring it down, take it forward, back to your hip. Last 2, take it up to the hip, outer thigh, bring it forward. Final 1, take it up to the hip, bring it forward, back to your hip, bending your elbow, little rotator cuff, hand comes in front of your belly button, and then up toward the ceiling in that 90-degree bend. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Set that hand weight down and then turn toward your forearm so we can come to hands and knees. Take a second to stack shoulders right over those wrists. Knees underneath your hips, long flat back, so a little lift in that front waistband. Take my leg closest to you guys, reaching it out to the side. Hip behind shoulder, big toe is going to tap the ground, and then reaching to that pinky toe, little toe. Leg is going to go lift the ceiling. So just little taps, little pulses. Standing leg as straight up and down as possible. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lift that leg, bring it behind you, bend behind the knee, and we'll start here. So we're going to do kind of a 4-part, I call it a cross kick. So our knee is going to cross behind that opposite calf, stretching the outer hip and thigh. Take your knee out to the side, kind of where your leg was extending. Then it's going to extend out, reach to that little toe, squeeze behind the knee. So it's a cross, a lift, extend, and bend. Cross, lift up, straighten out, bend in. Cross, lift, extend, and bend. For 8, cross, lift, straighten, bend it in. 7, cross, lift side, straighten out, squeeze it back. 6, reach and bend. Good. 5, almost there. Out and in. Last 4. Out, in. 3, 2, final 1, cross it, lift, out, and in. From here, you're going to take those toes, bring them back, kind of like you're stepping into a plank, shoulders over wrists. Then our bottom knee is going to lift, hover off the ground. Bringing that knee in toward that opposite elbow, extending that leg out. Bend that knee, place it back into your plank. Dropping to those knees, taking a little stretch of the tailbone toward your heels. Feel some length in your spine. Sliding forward, pull through the palms, shoulders stacked over hips. Press out through the heels, working those hamstrings to lift the leg. And then we'll do that again. Knee comes into opposite elbow. You can stay here, extend that leg out. Draw it back in, belly button to spine, step that leg back. Softening knees to the ground, send the tailbone back, long flat back. Pull through the palms, the triceps, the chest, shoulders stacked back over wrists. Pressing those heels out into your plank. Knee comes into opposite elbow, maybe extends all the way up. Bend that knee in. to your one-legged plank. Step it back, knees strap to the ground or hover. Tailbone reaches toward your heels. Pull forward, shoulders back over wrists. Press up through your heels into your plank. Knee comes into twist, maybe leg extends all the way up. Draw that knee in and step it back. Knees stretch to the ground, lengthening the quads. Tailbone toward your heels. Pull through the palms, shoulders stacked over wrists. Press through the heels, lift through the back of the legs, plank. Last time. Knee comes in, twist, maybe reaches all the way up. Draw the knee in, step it back. Knee split to the floor, hover or tap. Send those hips back. Pulling all the way forward, lifting back into your plank. And then from here, we're gonna pike those hips up to the ceiling. You can walk those feet in if needed. Allow your head to hang right between your biceps. Heels can be lifted. If you wanna come back to hands and knees, drop those knees down all fours. That works too. Leg that worked before extends out to the side. And then we're gonna tap those toes like we did earlier. For 8, 7, 6, lifting with that outer hip and thigh. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Leg lifts, take it behind you. Now we're gonna shift forward, drawing your knee toward your nose, into your plank, and then kick it back into your pike. You can also bring both feet down for this. Looking forward, drawing belly in, kick it back. Coming down to one knee, that's a good place to be too. Kick it back. Another option like this. We're almost there, the last part on this side. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Feet come down together, drop those knees wide, send those hips back to take a quick stretch, resting your forehead on the floor, rotating palm up to the ceiling, and you're ready sitting up. A lot of planking in that series, so we're gonna take a break from that exercise before we do the second side. So coming back to laying down, legs once again extend out in front, peeling down, tailbone, lower back, mid back, upper back, neck, and head. Hands are gonna reach up toward the ceiling, plugging those shoulder blades down into the floor. From here, we're gonna start to reach our fingertips toward our toes. As you're reaching toward your toes with your arms, that's gonna help pick you up from the back of the body, rolling up, head and neck. That upper back between your shoulder blades, shoulder blade tips, big scoop through the stomach. Mid back, lower back, keep that belly pulled in and fold forward, holding on to your arches, heels, calves, any part of those legs, lower legs. Keep that connection as you start to scoop in, rolling back onto your tailbone, drawing your knees and nose together. So again, you're curling like a ball. Now from here, we're gonna flatten the back, so lifting chest up nice and proud, and holding onto our legs. They can stay down, they can lift up to that 90-degree bend, or maybe they can straighten, lots of options. Holding here, balancing, we're gonna open those legs out into a V, or maybe bent knees. Squeezing your thighs, bringing them together. Tapping those toes down. Now this is where from a flat back, now we're rounding, belly pulls in, good, knees to nose. And then as your feet go out, rolling down, tailbone, lower back, mid back, upper back, neck, and head. Fingertips reach forward. Roll up head, neck, upper back, mid back, and lower back. Reaching, belly scoops in for your feet, ankles, or calves. Drawing knees to nose, curling in like a blow ball. And then flat back. Chest lifts up, toes can stay on the ground. Lift up with bent knees or straight legs. Legs open, balancing on those sitting bones. Leaning back with your back, legs heavy in your hands. Bring them together. Toes tap down, belly scoops in, rounding the spine, and then rolling all the way back down. Rolling up, pressing the back of the legs toward the ground. Folding toward your feet. Squeezing knees and nose together, curl it in. Lifting up to find balance in any of those options. Legs open, chest stays proud, so holding in a quick V for a breath or two. Squeeze back together. Draw those knees in toward your nose, starting to round the back, and then rolling down. Tailbone, lower back, mid back, upper back, neck and head. And we got a few more rounds like this. 2 more rounds, 2 more full rounds. Then we'll switch it up. Reach for those legs, forward fold. Drawing your knees toward your nose. Rounding the spine, curl like a ball. Flattening out the back, lengthening out the legs. Proud chest. Holding, breathing as you open. Close the legs, bend or straight. Rounding the spine and rolling down. Last full round like this. Pressing the back legs to the ground, roll up head, neck, shoulder blades, upper back, mid back, lower belly scoops in and fold. Beautiful. Drawing knees and nose together, scooping it all in. Toes on the ground, 90-degree bend or straight legs. Chest lifts, roll those shoulders back and down. Legs open, legs closed, bend your knees, curl like a ball. That's that scoop, that rounded spine. And then rolling down. On this last one, we are just going to stay seated. So rolling up, head, neck, shoulder blades. Reaching toward your legs into that fold, belly pulls in. And then from here, just bend in your leg. I'll start going farthest away from the screen so that you have one knee bent. You can take a second to adjust here. So we're sitting up, one leg bent to hold onto to kind of help you balance. The other leg reaching out through your toes. So you're going to feel your quad turn out the top of the leg. Give yourself some room in the hips to make sure you're not crunching the stomach. Lean back slightly too, so you're less rounded, a little bit more flat back. And from here, to lift that leg up, hover it off the ground. Keeping your hips in place, so that sitting bone is pressing down into the floor. Take my leg out to the side and back. Now it's not going to go crazy out to the side because that means my hips have opened up. You want to keep your hips facing the side here. And just your leg going out to the outer part of the hip socket, back to center. Press out and forward. If you can, keep that leg as straight as possible. I'm using my other bent leg to help balance. Keep that proud chest, that long flat back. Side and back. Counting down, you got 8, 7, 6, almost there. 5, log burn, quad hip flexor. 3, 2, last one. Go ahead and bend that knee in. Give yourself a little squeeze. Let's roll it all the way down. Toes go out. Arms reach up toward the ceiling. Inhale. Exhale, rolling up. Head, neck, shoulder blades. Belly scoops in. Reaching toward your legs. The leg that was just working going side to side is now the one you bend in. Taking a second to adjust. Rolling those shoulders back and down. Long, flat back. Other leg, point those toes, reach it out. That leg goes side and back in front of you. Trying to keep your hips facing forward as the leg moves within the hip. Looking good. Getting ready to count down. We're done with the exercise. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bend that knee in around the spine, and we'll roll down one last time. Guys, awesome job. When you're ready, go ahead, inhale, take a big stretch. Exhale, squeeze those knees in. Rock side to side. And roll yourself back up. So we're gonna come into our side plank on our second side. So I'm gonna take my knees over this way. And if you wanna come on to your feet or extend out that top leg, those are ways to make it more challenging. If you wanna use the weight, it's gonna be for your top hand. And then setting up, elbow comes down, forearm down. Stacking shoulder over your elbow. So while you have a lot of lift in the side of your body, keep you from sinking into that shoulder. You don't wanna press away. It'll be more sturdy if it's right over that supporting joint. Stacking your knees to get some stretch from that outer hip thigh. You want to use your weight, comes into the top hand. So that's the first part, right? So reaching up to the ceiling, we'll pull those front ribs together, and then hand is going to come down toward your hip. Reach it forward, I'm making an L shape. Back to your hip, and up toward the ceiling. Hugging down through the side of the rib cage, waist. Taking it forward in line with the shoulder. Bring it back to that starting position, up to the ceiling. Hug it down, reach it forward, bring it back, sweep it up. Hug it down, sweep it forward, bring it back, sweep it up. Couple more, and then our 90-degree bend, rotate your cuff in and out. Dropping those hips down, taking a break when needed. Final round, sweep it up, sweep it to the hip, sweep it forward, bring it back, bend at the elbow, and then hand comes in front of your belly button, and then hug in the shoulder blade, hand up to the ceiling. Final 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop that hand weight and turn to face the ground, coming to hands and knees. Check it's out of the way. So you're going to come down to that all fours position, stacking your shoulders right over your wrists. Tailbone reaching back behind you. So my leg closest to you, the one you haven't done before, is going to reach out to the side. It might be in a little bit of a diagonal so you're not crunching in the waist. And we'll start with the top of that big toe. As straight leg as possible, lifting with that outer hip and thigh. Trying to stay balanced, squared hips and shoulders. A little lift in that front waistband so the pelvis doesn't tilt forward. A little lift in the back of the head so you don't tuck the chin. Last 5, pulse 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lift that leg, drag it back behind you, bend the knee so we can start our cross kicks. Starting with the cross part, knee crosses behind the opposite calf. Take that knee out to the side like a dog peeing on the fire hydrant. Reach out to that little toe and bend back in. 4 parts. Cross, lift it side, straighten, and bend. Cross, lift side, straighten, and bend. Cross, knee to the side, kick it out, curl it in, cross, take it side, stretch it out, and behind the knee, counting down. 8, knee lifts. Reach that little toe, squeeze back behind the knee. 7, cross, knee out, straighten, and bend. 6, cross 5, lift, out, and in. Final 4, making progress. Out, and in. 3, knee lifts, straighten, and bend. Cross, lift, almost there, straighten, and bend. Final 1, cross, knee lifts, straighten, and bend. Leg is going to come back behind you. Toes down onto the ground. So our knee that's been on the floor is the one that adds a little bit of movement. We're going to bring it toward the opposite elbow. Feel that twist in the stomach, your back leg working, press through that heel. Hover that knee up, bring it across. You can stay here, maybe straighten it out. Drawing that knee back in, step it back. Stretch knees to the ground. Slide tailbone back toward your heels. And then use that pull from your palms to the back of the arms, the triceps. Bring shoulders back over your wrists. Tuck toes, push up through the heels to lift into your plank. And again, knee to opposite elbow. Maybe it kicks out to deepen that twist. Draw knee in, step it back. Same leg each time. Float knees to the ground. Send those hips back. Collarbones stay wide. Lengthen back forward, shoulders over wrists. Press to those heels. Back into your plank. Knee comes into the opposite elbow, maybe kicks out. Draw it back in. Step it back. Float those knees down to the ground. Send tailbone toward your heels. Try not to tuck the chin. Pull through the palms of the triceps to come forward. Press through the heels and hamstrings to come back into your plank. Drawing knee into opposite elbow, twisting around the stomach, maybe leg extends out. Drawing knee in, step it back to your plank. Floating those knees down. Stretching tailbone back, crown of the head stays reaching forward. Pulling through the palms of back of the arms, those underarms, stacking arms. Pressing through the heels to come into your plank. And again, knee in, twist, kick, knee in, untwist, step it back. Knees float down, hips slide back. Pull with the arms to come forward. Press at the heels to plank. Knee to opposite elbow, twist, step it back. Float knees to the ground, slide back, slide forward. And you got 2 more rounds. Knee twist, kick. Knee in, step it back. Knees down, hips go back. Pull it forward and plank, final round. Knee opposite elbow, twist, kick. Knee in, step it back. Knees to the floor, send those hips back. Shoulders over wrists. Press to the heels, walk those feet in if needed. Tailbone lifts to the ceiling, crown of the head between your biceps. Roll those shoulders back and down. And then taking the leg that we started pulsing with out to the side and pulse. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Taking that leg back behind you, drawing knee to nose, shift into your plank. Kick it back, one-legged pike. Knee coming in toward the chest, looking forward between your hands. Looking toward those back toes. Leg extends out. Back knee can come down to the ground. You can do this from in all fours. Scooping, shifting forward, in back. Or you can bring both feet down and do pike to plank. Last couple ones. You got 4. 3, 2, and last one. And kick it. Bringing your knees wide, take a quick child's pose stretch. And when you're ready, we got one last thing we're gonna do. Coming down, laying down, not a lot of arms, so they get a break. Working from your inner thigh, those deep core muscles. We're gonna make a diamond shape with our legs. So as you come to laying down, hips are against the floor, pelvis against the floor. Arms are gonna start at your side. Eventually, we're gonna lift the head, neck, and shoulder blades with your arms either reaching forward or behind your head. But for now, head is down, heels together, toes slightly turned out, making a V shape with your feet. Send those legs straight, inner thighs squeeze together, toes point. Feeling that push out from the core muscles, long spine, long abdominal wall. And then from the stomach, pulling those heels in. Knees open out to the side, pelvis stays level. So you're pushing out, pulling in from your core, deep core behind your belly button, pelvic floor, inner thighs, all the way to the feet. Let's do 3 more against the ground. Press it out, pull it in. Last 2. And final one. This time when you bring those knees in, lift your feet off the ground. And either hands behind head or reaching those hands back behind you or in front. Ribs to hips connect, belly button scoops, and looking right over that front waistband. And do that same frog kick. Inner thighs squeeze together. Knees stack back over your hips. Pressing out, pulling in. Legs connecting through the hips to those deep core muscles. Head heavy in your hands so you're not pulling to the front of the neck or throat. Couple more and we are done. Feel free to bring your head back down, feet down to the floor if needed. Legs go low, lower back stays connected. Bring them higher up to the ceiling if that's needed to keep that back supported against the ground. Final 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and final 1. Legs extend out, inner thigh squeeze. Draw those knees in. Give them a hug. Maybe a stir one way, stretching through the inner thigh and the hips. Stir them the other. And then rolling forward and back. Come up to a seat. Inhale, reaching your hands up to the ceiling, nice long spine. Exhale, twist, hand to opposite knee. Other hand comes behind you. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, deepen that twist. Pressing up for that back palm, looking over the back shoulder. Inhale, hands reach back up, and then exhale, twist the other way. Shoulders relaxed. Anchoring down through the hip bone that you're not looking forward. Inhale, and then exhale, release. You guys, awesome job. Thank you so much for joining me for the live stream class today. If you want to see it again,